Hello students, how are you all? Welcome to Affairscloud, Learn to Lead. My name is Vikas Rana. So students, we have an app by the name Cloud which you can go and download through the Play Store for Android phones. Once you have downloaded and logged in with your Gmail ID, you will be transferred to your home page where you can see all the courses that are offered by us. Once you have purchased the course, you can see your courses in the My Course section. But why our courses are so better? Why we think we provide you one of the best content? Because we provide you content on daily basis. In the daily basis, we provide you current affairs with 20 questions quiz as well as the PDF of the current affairs of daily. Then similarly for weekly, on weekly basis we provide you current affairs PDF as well as a 50 questions quiz that will help you to revise all the content that you have learned. Then on monthly basis also we provide you top 100 current affair questions PDF that will be the compiled PDF of the 100 questions of that particular month that will be very helpful for you. And not just this friends, we provide you in English as well as in Hindi too. So both English and Hindi students can enjoy our courses. Apart from this friends, we also provide you banking related question answers, the banking related MCQ questions, the quizzes that will help you prepare for the bank exams. Not just that friends, we provide you a new way of learning, that is your infotainment infographics. That is a different and interesting way of learning. Apart from this, we cover 20 topic wise current affairs. These topics are important such as apps, portals, important days, books and authors days, national affairs, international affairs, sports, defense, all these topics, these are highly important and questions from these particular topics are asked. Also we cover state-wise current affairs also that will help you to prepare for your state exams. Also friends, as I told you, if you use the code Vikas10, you will be given extra 10% discount on the purchase you make. If you have any problem regarding login and your application, then you can contact us on support@of Affairscloud.com. This is our email ID and you can contact us on our mobile phone, that is 9677333386.
Hello everyone, how are you all? I hope you are all good. So students, in this video we will be discussing important current affairs of 8th and 9th of January. This session will be very important, so stay tuned till the end. Let's start with our revision current affairs first friends. First is Pranesh. Pranesh has become the 79th Grandmaster of India. He is from Tamil Nadu. And remember, he became the 79th Grandmaster from India. Alright, also apart from this, he has won Rilton Cup for 2022-2023. So these two things you need to remember. Next, recently Serum, CIRIUM. Serum is the organization that has recently released data of the top 10 performing global airports of 2022. In this top 10 performing global airports of 2022, Delhi's Indira Gandhi International Airport was on the 7th position and Camp Kovda International Airport, that is of Bangalore, Karnataka, was on the 2nd position. So these two data are really important. And who released this top 10 performing global airports of 2022 list? It was released by Serum. Next is Odisha's Chief Minister. Who is the Chief Minister of Odisha? Naveen Patnaik ji. Recently, Naveen Patnaik has inaugurated the India's biggest hockey stadium. Alright, India's biggest hockey stadium was recently inaugurated by Birsa Munda. Where is this India's biggest hockey stadium? This is located in Odisha. And in Odisha too, it is in Rourkela. Reason being, because recently from in the month of January only, FIH Men's Hockey World Cup will be conducted in India, and in India too it will be in Odisha, and in Odisha it will be in Rourkela and Bhubaneswar. So due to which recently Odisha's Chief Minister has inaugurated the India's biggest hockey stadium in Rourkela, and the name is Birsa Munda International Hockey Stadium. Second, the next is Assam recently gave the Assam State Civilian Awards for 2022, and here Dr. Tapan Saikia, as you can see him in the picture, he has received the Assam Vaibhav Award. Alright, Assam Vaibhav Award is the state's highest civilian award, that is Assam Vaibhav, and this was awarded to whom? It was awarded to Dr. Tapan Saikia. All right, and he's an oncologist. Next is world's first palm leaf manuscript museum. Where has it has opened? It is in Kerala, Trivandrum, where we will be seeing the world's first palm leaf manuscript museum. All right, world's first palm leaf manuscript museum. Another museum that you need to remember, it is museum for former prime minister, that was commissioned in New Delhi. Then there is another museum, that is National Museum for Customs and GST, that is also located in Goa. So these are the three museums that you can remember. Moving on, World Braille Day. This day is observed on 4th of January, and Braille script is basically script for blind people, a language for blind people, and this World Braille Day is observed on 4th of January. Next we are talking about Gan Nagai festival. This Gan Nagai festival, it is an harvest festival, or we can say post harvest festival. It is also a New Year festival. All right, it is celebrated by the people of Manipur. So question can be asked, in which state do we observe this Gan Nagai festival? It is observed in the state of Manipur. Next remember, Bharat Pay's CEO Suhail Samir has resigned from his post, and Bharat Pay's current CFO Nalin Negi will be the interim CEO of Bharat Pay. Next news, remember, Managing Director and Chief Executive Officer of LV Prabhakar has recently resigned from his post of, or he has recently been retired, not resigned to be exact, he has retired from the post of MD and CEO. So coming back, remember, Managing Director and Chief Executive Officer of Canara Bank, as you can see him in the picture here, he has retired from his post, and it was a superannuation. That means he retired after completing his full year of service. Next, tell me which country has recently started using the euro as their currency and they gave up Kuno. So Kuno was given up Croatia, and recently Croatia became the country that started using euro as their currency. All right, and now Croatia has switched to euro and has joined the Schengen zone also. That means they can move visa free, or they can move even visa free between the borders of these Schengen countries. All right, now friends, let's move to the today's important current affairs. First is India's first festival of inclusion, that is Purple Fest, celebrating diversity in Goa. So first of all, remember, in Goa we also know Saujaw festival is observed, and now we know India's first festival of inclusion. Where did we observe this? It was in Goa. What is the name of this first festival of inclusion of India? It is Purple Fest, celebrating diversity. Alright, either of the question can be asked. Either it will be given that Purple Fest celebrating diversity, where was this observed? In Goa. Or Purple Fest for 2023, that was the first festival of inclusion, that is India's first festival of inclusion, where was it observed? It was in Goa. All right, then remember who commenced this. This was commenced at the where was this commenced? It was commenced at the Entertainment Society of Goa in Panji. All right, basically remember, this Purple Fest, this was held from 6th to 8th of January in 2023. This will include engaging panel discussions, artistic live performance, grand exhibitions, and immersive experiences zones. All right, what is the basic aim if we talk about this Purple Fest celebrating diversity? This Purple Fest aims to showcase how to become together to create a welcoming and inclusive world for everyone. Goa has organized a unique Purple celebration that will significantly advance the goal and establish a milestone in Divyangjan's empowerment. What is Divyangjan? The word Viklang was replaced by Divyangan, that is a divine body to represent a person with disability. Alright, so that is your Divyangjan. Here, the idea was inspired by a 6-day event, that is Divya Kala Mela, which was held in December in Delhi 2022. So, coming back, friends, remember this Purple Fest celebrating diversity in Goa. This was observed in Goa, and the aim is how to come together and create a welcoming and inclusive world for everyone, irrespective of their disabilities or anything. All right, and this was observed in Goa, and this was the first of its kind inclusion festival. Next, next is Y20 Summit, India curtained Razor event, and Union Minister Anurag Singh Thakur has launched the theme of the Y20 Summit. Alright, so remember Y20 Summit logo and website was also launched here by Anurag Singh Thakur, and he is our Union Minister of Youth Affairs and Sports. Alright, so they launched the Youth 20, that is Y20. Y20 is basically Youth 20. So logo, theme, website was launched here. Alright, this U20th group's inception meeting will take place in Guwahati, Assam, that is from 6th to 8th of Feb 2023. And remember, who is hosting the Y20, that is Youth 20 Summit for the first time? India is hosting the Y20, that is Youth 20 Summit for the first time. Highly important. Alright. And remember, Y20 is the official youth engagement group of the G20. Alright. And we know who is having the presidency of G20. India is having the presidency of Group of 20. So similarly, and Y20 is an arm or is a part of G20. So U20 is also being hosted by for the first time by India. Alright. Apart from this, remember, recently a panel discussion on how India can harness its youth population to be a superpower was held recently. According to Anurag Singh Thakur, G20 summit in India will bring together 43 heads of delegation, the most ever in G20, who will attend the last summit in New Delhi in September 2023. All right. Next is Minister of State for Culture Arjun Ram Meghawal has inaugurated Astro Tourism, a sky gazing event. I repeat, Arjun Ram Meghawal, Minister of State for Culture, has inaugurated Astro Tourism, a sky gazing event, which was jointly organized by National Council of Science Museum and Nehru Memorial Museum and Library. This was under the banner of Amrit Mahotsav of Independence at India Gate Lawns, Kartavya Path in New Delhi. This was basically a 3-day program that was held from 6th to 8th of January with various activities like Astro Talk by expert astronomers, then exhibition on astronomy, storytelling of various celestial objects, creators of moon, then photography also, astrographic photography. All this was held in Kartavya Path in New Delhi. And remember who inaugurated it? It was Arjun Ram Meghawalji who inaugurated this Astro Tourism, that was a sky gazing event. Next, IMD, India Meteorological Department statement on Climate India during 2022 stated that the year 2022 was the 5th warmest for the India since 1901. The annual mean land surface air temperature was 0.51 degrees Celsius above the long-term average, which is the mean temperature for the 1981 to 2010 period. This was lower than the highest warming observed in India, that was in the year 2016, when the average temperature was of around 0.71 degree Celsius. During 2022 winter season, the all India mean temperatures were normal with an anomaly of minus 0.04 degree Celsius. So coming back, it was IMD, that is Indian Meteorological Department, that released the data on India's climate, on India's weather, on India's temperature and stated that the year 2022 was the fifth warmest year since 1901. Next is Indian Railways to introduce hydrogen power trains on heritage lines. We know fuel of future, or we can say green fuel, is considered to be hydrogen. Hydrogen also comes in various colors such as green hydrogen, blue hydrogen, yellow hydrogen, red hydrogen. But you need to understand that each and every hydrogen, when it is burned, it releases different amount of residue or different residues. Among all these hydrogens, the important hydrogen for us is the green hydrogen, because this green hydrogen, when we are burning this hydrogen, water as a residue is released, and there is no carbon content that is released into the atmosphere as a residue. That means we can say no pollutant or no pollution is released into the atmosphere because of this burning of green hydrogen. All right, so when we are releasing energy, or when it is burned to release energy, no hydrogen is, or no carbon is released that will create pollution into the atmosphere. That is the reason India is betting heavily on green hydrogen. And you must have seen recently projects worth 20,000 crores were recently approved, or government has initiated or has said that they will be spending around 20,000 crore rupees on the green hydrogen, and this will make India the hub for green hydrogen. So recently here you can see Indian Railways to introduce hydrogen power trains on heritage lines. So here you can read about it. Indian Railways is set to introduce India's first hydrogen power trains on a narrow gauge heritage lines to transform Indian locomotive mobility by December 2023. A prototype hydrogen fuel train is now being developed by the Northern Railway workshops, which will be tested on the Haryana section between the Sonipat and Jeend. The Hydrogen for Heritage initiative will not only improve the train's technology and operating system, but will also promote the use of green energy in the public transport system. Hydrogen power trains in India were designed after the hydrogen trains that are now operating in China and Germany. Next, Next is recently new members have joined the United Nations Security Council. Who is having the presidency of United Nations Security Council right now? It is with India. Or who is having the chairmanship of it? It is with India. So United Nations Security Council officially welcomed Ecuador, Japan, Malta, Mozambique and Switzerland, who now hold the 2-year seats that they have won without opposition in June, in the charge of preserving the international peace and security. All right, highly important. Also remember, Ecuador, Japan, Malta, Mozambique and Switzerland, they will be replacing 5 countries that were earlier the non-permanent members of United Nations Security Council, and now they are the non-permanent members. So that they will be replacing are India, Ireland, Kenya, Mexico and Norway. Moving on to the next news. Next news is also important news because this is also happening for the first time in India. As we know, we are focusing on climate, right? We want to clean our climate. We want to reduce the pollution in our climate. We want to become carbon neutral. And we want our companies, various organizations to be shifting from non-renewable sources of energy to renewable sources of energy. All right, we know these are the basic things. But how we will bring about this change? How can we do this change? And we know when we are about to change these things, because this will be done on a very large scale and it has to be a revolution to change such things or to bring about such change. So for that, huge sum of money is also required. All right, then from where this amount of money will be coming? That is the solution that recently RBI sort of it, and they have released recently sovereign green bonds. What they have released? Sovereign green bonds. These sovereign green bonds will be similar to that of a sovereign gold bonds. As you know, sovereign gold bonds is a type of an investment where government on monthly basis releases their list about the sovereign gold bond investment, where an individual can go and apply for those bonds, and if allotted, that people will be that respective person will be getting a fixed amount of interest that usually ranges between 2.5 to 3%, and he will be able to get that monthly return on that investment of that particular sovereign gold bond for a maximum of 8 years. All right, the lock in period is 5 years, and after 5 years to 8 till 8 years, basically it is of 8 years, he will be getting the respective amount that is of 2.5% annually. And this amount, the amount of, say for example, he bought those for 1 lakh rupees. All right, 1 lakh sovereign gold bonds. So in 1 lakh he will be getting around 1.75, or basically he will be getting around 15 to 17 grams of gold. So in this 15 to 17 grams of gold that he will be getting, that is 1 tola is known as around 12 grams. So in this amount of money, when if the price of gold will increase, then his return on investment will increase, plus he will be getting the monthly yearly interest on those gold bonds. So similarly, sovereign green bonds has been launched by government. That is, the amount of money that will be raised through these bonds, that money will be used in order to make our environment clean, or to bring about the revolution that we were talking about, is to from shifting to non-renewable to renewable source of energy, to bringing carbon neutral, to bringing new sources of fuel, all right, to making or to removing pollution from our atmosphere. So for that, RBI has issued maiden green bonds. These are for 16,000 crore rupees, and these 16,000 crore rupees bonds will be provided in two tranches of 8,000 crore rupees each. All right, if we talk about this maiden and sovereign, basically means a fixed amount of return will be provided here to the holder. So RBI has announced maiden sovereign green bonds. These are for an aggregate sum of 16,000 crore rupees. They will be issued in two tranches of 8,000 crore rupees each in January and February 2023. The intention is for mobilizing resources for green infrastructure. The proceeds will be used to fund public sector projects that will help India reduce its carbon emissions. And the union budget for 22-23 include sovereign green bonds in accordance with the objective to significantly minimize the carbon intensity of the economy. All right. Next is NABARD. NABARD has raised around 5,000 crore rupees via 3-year bond. I repeat, NABARD has raised 5,000 crore rupees through a 3-year bond. What is NABARD? National Bank for Agriculture and Rural Development. Under the first issue of fundraising through bonds in 2023, NABARD has raised around 5,000 crore rupees in 3 years. The coupon for the 3-year bond was 63%. The yield on 3% government bond was about 7.16%. All right. The issue by NABARD has a base size of 2,000 crore plus a green shoe option of 3,000 crore rupees. All right. Now you can see most of all the companies are now investing in the green bond also. Moving on to economy and business. Next, remember, if we talk about India's economy, we know that in the year 2023, most of the countries or most organization financial institutions are stating that year 2023 will be a difficult year for the global economy, and most developed countries will be facing recession, or to be honest speaking, there is currently recession going on in many parts of the world. Even Amazon recently said that they will be removing around 18,000 of their employees in the month of January, and they stated that by the 18th of January this laying off process will start. All right, but on the other side, when we see there is a cheap labor in India, the manufacturing cost is cheap in India, and currently with the war going on between Russia and Ukraine, all those factors narrows down to a point that India somehow will be escaping this recession and India will be growing to about 5 to 7%. All right, the GDP, that is gross domestic product for India for the year fiscal year 24, that is from 2023 to 2024, will be between 5% to 7%. So if we talk about this only recently, it was NSO, that is National Statistical Office under the Ministry of Statistics and Program Implementation. They released a report and the name of the report was First Advance Estimates of National Income for the financial year 2022 to 2023. Recently stated that according to NSO's first FAE, that is your first advance estimate, the Indian economy will grow at an rate of 7% in the fiscal year 23 up to 8.7% in the fiscal year 2022. All right. So this data is important. Definitely you should know. Next, also friends, one more thing. We know that in the month of Feb, the budget will be presented. All right. So this data that has been released recently, and this data that has been recently released is basically an outlook of how budget will be, in which sector we will be seeing more funding and in which sector we will be seeing less funding. So when the budget will be coming out, we will be discussing that in further, but just remember recently this has been released in order to showcase that in which sector we can see growth in the future and on which sector the government will be betting. Next is awards and recognitions. President Draupadi Murmu has recently presented the Digital India Award for 2022, and that is the 7th edition of these Digital India Awards. So two questions. First, who presented the Digital India Awards 2022? They were presented by President of India Draupadi Murmu. Which edition of these Digital India Awards was presented by Draupadi Murmu, who is our president? So 7th edition of this Digital India Awards were presented. Then remember, they were presented on 7th of January in New Delhi. Who administers these Digital India Awards? These Digital India Awards are administered by National Portal of India, that is NPI, which provides a single window access to information and services that are offered by government institutions at all level, be it center, state or local body. What is the basic aim of this Digital India Awards? So remember, the aim is to inspire and encourage not only the government entities but also the startups and various other entrepreneurs in pursuing their Digital India vision. The purpose of this Digital India program was envisaged by the government of India, and it is to seek or to transform India into a knowledge-based society and economy. And we know Digital India, as the name suggests, each and every sector now incorporates the digitization into their business, into their sector. And now in today's generation, if we speak frankly, all the business require, or it is necessary for all the business to shift to the digital or shift to the digitization. All right. So important, mark this. Then remember, if we are talking about this Digital India Awards, that is the 7th edition, they were given to the winners in the 7 various categories. Here you can see digital initiatives at grassroots levels, digital empowerment of citizens, digital initiatives for ease of doing business, public digital platforms, central ministries, departments and states, data sharing and use for social economic development, digital initiatives in collaboration with startups, best web and mobile initiatives complying with GIGW and accessibility guidelines. So these are 7 various categories. All right. Moving on. Next is Indian actress director Arpana Sen has received the Lifetime Achievement Award at the 15th JIFF. What is JIFF? JIFF is your Jaipur International Film Festival. So Indian actress director Arpana Sen, who was honored with the Lifetime Achievement Award. She was awarded with this Lifetime Achievement Award during the 15th edition of the Jaipur International Film Festival. This was held in Jaipur, Rajasthan. Alright, and it is continuously going on. This started on 6th of January and it will be till 10th of January. Alright, highly important. Next, RBI has approved the appointment of Surendra Chawla as the new Chief Executive Officer of Paytm Payments Bank. I repeat, Surendra Chawla will be the new Chief Executive Officer of Paytm Payments Bank Limited, and this has been approved by RBI. Alright, so remember Surendra Chawla, he is currently serving as the head of the branch banking at RBL Bank, that is Ratnakar Bank, and he is a merit listed chartered accountant and has 20 years of experience in retail banking. He has worked and managed teams in all the areas of relationship management, retail asset sales, direct sales, product management, and branch banking also. Next is BIS. On the occasion of the 76th Foundation Day of the Bureau of Indian Standards, that was on 6th of January, Piyush Goyal, who is our Union Minister, has launched a portal for mapping of industrial units and laboratories during an event organized in New Delhi. I repeat, on the 76th Foundation Day of the Bureau of Indian Standards, that was on 6th of January 2023, Piyush Goyal has launched a portal for mapping of industrial units and laboratories. This was launched during an event that was organized in New Delhi. Alright, apart from this, he has also launched a Standard National Action Plan, that is SNAP. Alright, and this SNAP has the vision for 5 years, that is from 2022 to 2027. Alright, highly important. Then remember, if we are talking for this portal for mapping of industrial units and laboratories, this is a centralized platform. That means it is a centralized website basically for information on industrial units and laboratories across India, and also enables the analysis of test facilities and help the entrepreneurs in accessing information about these testing facilities. That means these are the various testing facilities that are provided all around the India. The information for the same will be provided, and any individual who want to access or use those industrial units and laboratories can get the information for the same from these platforms. Alright, highly important. Also, apart from this, remember BIS, Bureau of Indian Standard, aims to expose science students of class 9th and above to the concept of quality and standardization through the student centric activities. Alright, highly important. Then if we are talking about SNAP, that is Standards National Action Plan, this will be from 2022 to 2027. This will serve a strong foundation for standardization to meet the emerging technologies and concern of sustainable and climate change. Who launched this? Launched by Piyush Goyal. When? On 76th Foundation Day. When was it? On 6th of January. 76th Foundation Day of what? Of the BIS, that is Bureau of Indian Standards. Moving on, next is China has launched Asia's first semi-high speed hydrogen train with a range of 600 kilometers. Direct question, remember it, that who launched Asia's first semi-high speed hydrogen train with a range of 600 kilometers? It was launched by China. Alright, and it will be the Asia's first hydrogen powered trains for the urban railways. That has a top speed of 160 kilometers per hour and a range of 600 kilometers on a single tank. Next, here you can see by 2025, China also plans to roll out 50,000 hydrogen fuel cell vehicles with a target of producing 1 lakh to 2 lakh tons of hydrogen annually from renewable sources. Next, Indian tennis player Sania Mirza, and a very famous tennis player Sania Mirza, has recently announced retirement from her professional tennis. Alright, highly important. Sania Mirza, who is 36 years of age, the former doubles world number one, has confirmed her retirement from professional tennis. She announced that the Dubai Tennis Championship, a women's tennis association 1000 event in Dubai in February 2023, will be her last match. Prior to her last appearance, she played in women's doubles at Australia Open in January 2023 alongside Kazakhstan's Anna Denilina. All right, next. Next is ex-Chief Justice of India, Ranjan Gogoi has released Assam Chief Minister's book, Mukhyamantri Dairy 1. I repeat, recently Ranjan Gogoi, who is the former Chief Justice of India, has released the book that was authored by Himanta Biswa Sarma, who is the Chief Minister of Assam. The name of the book is Mukhyamantri Dairy 1. Alright, Mukhyamantri Diary, not dairy basically, Mukhyamantri Diary 1, authored by whom? Authored by Himanta Biswa Sarma, who is the Chief Minister of Assam. And this book will be launched by whom? It will be or launched or released by ex-Chief Justice of India, Ranjan Gogoi. Who is the 50th Chief Justice of India and who is the 49th Chief Justice of India? Tell me. So 50th will be the current Chief Justice of India, Dr. Chandrachud ji. And who is the 49th Chief Justice of India? Uday Umesh Lalit ji. Next is BSc has signed a memorandum of understanding with Goa government to promote the development of SMEs. And what are SMEs? Small medium enterprises. Simple and direct question, friends. In order to increase the development or in order to bring more development to the small medium enterprises in Goa, it was BSc that has signed a memorandum of understanding with the government of Goa. Under this partnership, BSc will create awareness among the SMEs in Goa on advantage of listing on exchange and guide them on efficient methods of raising capital through equity infusion. This partnership between these two will be essential in creating many opportunities for the small to medium sized businesses. All right. Apart, one more thing, remember, on more than 400 companies are listed on the BSc platform. That makes it the largest SME exchange in India. Who is the Managing Director and Chief Executive Officer of BSc? Sundaram Ramamurthy is the current Managing Director and Chief Executive Officer of BSc. Headquarter for the same is in Mumbai, Maharashtra, and in 1875 this was established. Who is the Chief Minister of Goa? Pramod Sawant. Next is Chhattisgarh's Chief Minister has celebrated the traditional Chera Chera festival in Raipur. I repeat, Chhattisgarh's Chief Minister, who is he? Bhupesh Baghel, has recently celebrated the Chera Chera festival at Ranipur. This festival is celebrated on the full moon night of the Pause Hindu calendar month in the happiness of taking the crops from their homes after cultivation. That means after cultivation, people take their crops to their homes, and on that time, on the full moon, we observe this Chera Chera festival. All right, and this festival is observed in the state of Chhattisgarh. All right, friends, so that's all for the day. Now let's go for a quick revision. India's first festival of inclusion, Purple Fest, celebrating diversity, it was in Goa. Y20 Summit, that is an arm of G20, and this will be the first time that India will be hosting the event of this. And we also know that G20 chairmanship is also with India. All right. Next, Minister of State for Culture Arjun Ram Meghawal has inaugurated the Astro Tourism, a sky gazing event. IMD 2022 fifth warmest year for the India since 1901. This was released by IMD, that is Indian Meteorological Department. Indian Railways to introduce hydrogen power trains on the heritage lines. New member have recently joined the United Nations Security Council for 2-year time. All right. Then RBI to issue maiden green bonds, and we have told you that these are the sovereign green bonds. They will be issued for 16,000 crore rupees in two tranches of 8,000 crore rupees each. NABARD raises around 5,000 crore rupees via 3-year bond. The next, first advance estimate of national income for 22-23, India's GDP likely to grow at 7% in fiscal year 23. President Draupadi Murmu presents the Digital India Awards for 2022, that is the 7th edition. Indian actress, director Arpana Sen has received the Lifetime Achievement Award at the 15th Jaipur International Film Festival. RBI has approved the appointment of Surinder Chawla as the new Chief Executive Officer of the Paytm Payments Bank. BIS has launched a portal for mapping of industrial units and laboratories, SNAP and NBC and electric code. China has launched Asia's first semi-high speed hydrogen train with a range of 600 km. Indian tennis player Sania Mirza has announced retirement from professional tennis. Ex-Chief Justice of India Ranjan Gogoi has released the Assam Chief Minister's book, that is Mukhyamantri Diary 1. BSc signed a memorandum of understanding with the Goa government to promote development of SMEs. And Chhattisgarh's Chief Minister celebrated the traditional Chera Chera festival in Raipur. So that's all for the day, friends. Now it's time for your homework. First, where is the headquarter of Asia Pacific Postal Union? Second, which country developed the Aadhaar-like platform for 9 countries called Modular Open Source Identity Platform? Third, which union ministry launched the draft online gaming policy? Fourth, which article of Indian Constitution deals with the right to freedom of speech and expression? Fifth, what is the outlay of the Broadcasting Infrastructure and Network Development Scheme? So these are the 5 homework question, friends. I hope you have understood the assignment. All you have to do now is like the video and let us know what are your comments on such session. If you want us to continue with such session, do let us know in the comment box. So that's all for the day. Thank you and have a nice day.
That's all for the day, friends. I hope you enjoyed the session, and you can follow us on the YouTube channel, as well as apart from YouTube channel, you can go and follow us at Affairscloud Telegram channel. And if you have any queries related to the content or the courses offered to you or the payment which you did on the application, you can contact us on the number provided, that is 7677333862. Apart from this, friends, you can follow us on the Facebook as well as on Instagram handle, that is Affairscloud_official. In the end, friends, if you use a code that is Vikas10, you will be getting an additional extra 10% discount by using this code Vikas10. Also, if you have any problem regarding the course purchase, any problem regarding to our application, you can contact us on the mobile number, that is 9677333862. And if you want to mail us, you can also mail us on support@affairscloud.com, and I assure you that our representative from us will be contacting you soon and resolving your issue.